If you have a membership site that includes some element of community, which it should you host that community in a Facebook group or on Kajabi? In this video, I'm going to explain what I do and why I do it, which is, you guessed it, I host it all on Kajabi. But there are some very specific reasons why I host it on Kajabi and why I feel like for a paid community, it is far better to do it on Kajabi than in a free Facebook group. We're going to get into why and how in this video, so stick around. My name is Lane. This is day 62 of Crush It on Kajabi in 90 days. We're taking 90 days to talk about Kajabi, to talk about your online business and how to start it, build it, and grow it on that platform. And if you are interested in jumping into Kajabi, you can do it for free using my link. You get a 30-day free trial when you use my link below, lanesebring.com/Kajabi. You can try it out, see if it's for you, see if you like it. You're also gonna get a 45-minute Zoom call with me where we'll go into Kajabi. We'll talk about how to get the best start on that platform. And we can talk business, we can talk strategy. Those are some of the most fun conversations I have with people who are either starting their online business and getting started on Kajabi or moving their entire business over to Kajabi. Either way, it's so exciting. I love doing those calls, and you get that for free as a way of saying thank you for using my link. And then once you become a paying member of Kajabi, meaning that you go ahead and sign on to one of their plans and you get through your free trial, I'm going to send you my $25,000 course launch email template, which are the exact emails and email strategy that I used to launch my first course, which made over $25,000 in the first 3 launches. So the 30-day free trial, the 45-minute call with me, and the $25,000 course launch email template, all of that is my gift to you as a way to say thank you for using my link, because that is an affiliate link. So when you use it, I get a small commission. It helps me out. So if you appreciate what we do on this channel and it's helpful to you and you're gonna try out Kajabi anyway, then go ahead and use my link to do it. All right, so let's dive into this question of membership sites on Facebook or on Kajabi. Now, particularly what I'm talking about is the community aspect, because most people are going to have their course-related or training material on Kajabi or a platform like that, but some people will have their community aspect on Facebook. So when you join the membership site, they just say, hey, request to be a part of this Facebook group, we'll get you in there, and that's where the community happens. There's another way to do it, which is the way I do it, where on Kajabi, there's actually a product called Community. And when you build your membership site, you can just select that product, build it together with your membership, and then offer that as your membership site. If you want to see exactly how that's done, check out this video right here. But that's the 2 ways that you can do it: free Facebook group or a product within Kajabi. The question that a lot of people ask is, which one is better? Is Facebook better because that's where people already are and that's where they hang out? Or is Kajabi better because it's a private community that's more curated and you have to pay to get in there? Well, let me talk about a couple of pros and cons of both. When you do Facebook, the benefit there is that people know where Facebook is, right? Most people either have a Facebook or they can easily get a Facebook, and they can find the group, they can request to be in it, and it's pretty user-friendly for them. The drawback to Facebook is that, number one, not everybody actually has Facebook. There are people, especially the younger you go, the less people tend to use Facebook. So you're kind of asking people to jump onto something that is not really a part of their social media repertoire, and they might just feel like, I don't want to go onto Facebook. That's where my grandma hangs out, right? So that might be some opposition to it. The other thing is that your community is going to exist. If you do it on Facebook, your community is kind of in this sea of distraction, right? There's all kinds of stuff going on Facebook, and it's one tiny group in this massive sea of distraction. And it's very difficult to keep people engaged when they're infinitely scrolling through and you want them to engage in the community, but they have so many options to jump right off and get back into the kind of abyss of social media. But those 2 things really pale in comparison to the third con of Facebook that I just don't want to mess with, and that is when someone cancels their membership, you or somebody has to go in and manually remove them from the group. So if they're on Kajabi and they cancel their membership, they just lose access to the community. If they're on Facebook, that's a totally separate thing. So you actually have to go in there. You have to see that they canceled. You have to go into the Facebook group and you have to kick them out. Okay, you have to manually kick them out. That's a pain, especially when you get several hundred members. It's kind of a pain to have to do that kind of thing. I just don't like messing with anything that's manual that could otherwise be automated. Now let's talk about Kajabi. In terms of why you wouldn't do Kajabi for the membership, you could argue that some of the pros of Facebook might outweigh the Kajabi community. It's not as fancy as Facebook. The people's profiles have to be built, whereas on Facebook, they already have a profile, but here they have to kind of add one. But you can easily walk them through that process through a good welcome sequence and a good welcome video when they join your community. So that's not really an issue at all for me. Let me tell you what the benefits are of doing this on Kajabi. Number one, in terms of marketing, you're able to communicate the curated nature of this community. These people are paying to be here. It's on its own platform. It's a very specific group of people that you're in community with. And so you want to be with these people where they are. So you don't have any of the barriers of people who don't want to get on Facebook. You don't have the distractions of social media. It's a curated group on its own platform. Also, going back and forth between your Kajabi community and your membership training, those two products, is seamless. You build those two things within Kajabi and people can go back and forth very easily rather than being in a Facebook group. And then you have to link back to the training and they have to log in and it can be cumbersome and that's friction. And anytime there's friction, you have people that slow down and stop. Friction can halt progress. So anytime I can remove that, keep it all on the same platform where people can seamlessly go back and forth between the training content and the community, I think that is a win-win. So in terms of marketing, being able to automatically remove people if they leave, and for the least distracting experience possible for your members, I prefer Kajabi. Now, when would you use a Facebook group? Because I'm not against Facebook groups. I think they can be very helpful, but I use Facebook groups as a lead generating tool. It's really an audience builder that I just want those people who are in this free Facebook group to be talking about my content that I'm sharing on YouTube or that I'm sharing on Facebook, and to eventually grab one of my lead magnets, get into my email funnel, and end up in one of my courses or in one of my membership sites. So I see the Facebook group as something entirely different than the membership site. Facebook group is free. It's just a place for people to have conversation around the content that I'm teaching. The actual community is where people are digging in, where I'm participating a lot more, where there's real peer-to-peer development, where I'm in there and the other trainers are in there. So that is the way I see this. I like to keep it all on Kajabi, not against Facebook groups, but I think it's way better when all of it exists and is hosted on Kajabi. And if you want to try Kajabi, be sure to use my link below, lanesebring.com/Kajabi. Let me know in the comments, what questions do you have? What maybe is not clear? What do you agree with, not agree with, all that. And be sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss future videos in this series. At this point, you can check out this playlist where we'll go into even more detail about Kajabi. If you're trying to make a decision about whether or not this is for you, click right there and I'll see you in that playlist and we'll talk more about Kajabi.